Hi, we're at Winco Foods. This is a facility that Jeff Bateman and I built together, boots on the ground. We were actually in the connector area, which is right there. In distribution world, the connector allows you to have access to get to different parts of the building, whether you're going for freezer, you're going for dry goods, or you're going to go for produce and wet goods. It separates, it allows them to have the opportunity to get to what they need to do and pick for the day for all the trucks. So as we go through the connector, you're going to see on this side, it's a battery charging area. Follow me. You can also see how beautiful this floor is. This floor is 8 years old. This is a specialty floor by Fricks. You will see no saw cut joints. You will see no caulking hanging out anywhere. These sections were poured with armor joint, and it comes together to allow the movement of the floor with the forklifts. I'll show you armor joint as we go down here. You can see right here, this is an armor joint. It's two pieces of steel that are tied together. And then as the floor moves and it opens up when the temperature is up to its required temperature, it allows movement for this to open and expand and contract. Never any breaking or chipping. It's just solid all the way through, very smooth for the forklifts.
It also has flip now.
The battery charging system for all the forklifts. You see they put down an epoxy on top of this. That helps with any of the acid or corrosion that comes off from maintenance on the forklifts. It holds up very, very well. They also added extra protection with the steel plate right here. 6x4 angle bolted all the way through in the ground. So the forklifts will hit this before they damage and hit that. You've got a lot of electrical behind here. It's all the way down through the whole thing. It's a bus system. Okay, as we're going forward into the connector, I wanted everyone to see some of the things that they do for safety protocols as well. These we call these the yellow dots. These are epoxy. These are cored and epoxied about 3/16 of an inch down into the finished floor, and this is where the pedestrians have to walk. In warehousing, food distribution center, the forklifts have the right of way, not you as the pedestrian. So you have to respect them and stay in certain areas. What we also did is around some of our major columns and areas, we did extra support. It's a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel all the way around, and then it's completely filled with concrete. I guarantee the forklift and the guy is going to get whacked before this gets whacked. Moving forward, we're going to talk about high-speed doors and transitions of how we do things in that area.
Still video.
Okay, a couple key things here to think about when you're looking at your high-speed doors and your floor. Come on this way. These are goalposts. All goalposts and bollards in food distribution are welded to a plate that gets embedded in the floor system, tied in with rebar. There's a bottom plate and a top plate that this is completely welded with rebar coming out, which gets tied into the floor. It's a great way to do your distribution centers and stuff for safety and protection. One of the other key elements to this is all your door openings. Wrap the door openings with 10 to 16 gauge metal. Can you bring that in here a little bit? But one of the most important things is it has to be installed with fab locks. Anything that you put in IMP walls for anchoring, support, or anything has to have these special anchors. They're made exclusively for the IMP, and the strength is, depending on the size of the anchor, is the different strength and rating that you can get for holding stuff up. But they're special and they work very well. Never allowed to use like traditional Home Depot anchors, blue anchors, red anchors, or anything like that. It'll fall right off the wall.
Yeah, they have a neoprene grommet.
Right, right. What are the other key elements? Every door opening, you gotta have an expansion like this. This is, again, another armor joint right here. You see that? So these things are very key and critical with warehousing.
More efficient in cold storage. We're in a cold dock right now. The reason being is that the door can shut all the way down to the floor, and it doesn't have a horizontal leveler with joints that air can escape through. Even if you put the brush seals or the rubber, you're still going to get a better seal with this type of a system. And it's easier to clean out.
Also above, pallet storage. It's a good way to take this, give you more floor space by getting your pallets up out of the way. Put it in and out, put it all on top. One of the other key aspects with cold storage facilities is all your doors in the cold area need to be special doors. These are all fiberglass doors. Fiberglass frame, all completely filled with foam, sealed in. Some of them we dogged out so you can have all the strength to be able to get the hinges secure with the wood buck all the way around. Everything's totally wrapped, trimmed, and caulked and sealed. Okay, we're gonna enter into the freezer, but before we do that, there's a couple things I wanted to show you again. Safety, key, man door. Gotta have the safety issue here. The guy runs out of the man door. He doesn't want to run right in where the forklifts are coming in and out. Hercules doors, very good doors. Fully heat trace. All the way around this is a metal strip. It's tied in electrically. It allows this door to not freeze up. Another unique thing to think about when you're doing freezer cooler areas, you gotta have these bolt throughs right here be plastic or 100% stainless steel, or you'll get a bunch of rust spots. So we're gonna enter the freezer. It's very cold in here. I won't talk very long.
Go.
Here's the freezer. As you can see, this floor, 8 years old. Come here to an armor joint. You can see how well it's holding up. Scott, is it minus 10 in here? Minus 10 in here, folks. A little chilly, but some of the things that they did very well too. All structural rack. All this is structural rack. It has double pushbacks. It's got safety rails everywhere at every area and turn to allow them to not crimp, destroy the bottom area of the racks. Penthouse. The drops for the penthouse are right in the back down there. I don't need to walk all the way over there. We can give you guys a shot of the roof too in a later point.
There you go.
One of the other unique things with the floor systems and the freezer floors is your underfloor warming. This system has a complete glycol system with a header. I'll show you that header in a little bit. But the uniqueness about it is you've got to bring your loop line 5 feet out past your door. That allows you to not have the sweating and the frost and the buildup. Traditionally, if they don't do the floor warming, looped through the door. Very important key element. Thank you. Okay, we're entering into the meat and deli area. The uniqueness about this distribution center is at multiple temperatures and different ratings, but we also did what we call a wet room. That's where you put a lot of your vegetables in, and you have your spray system spraying on the vegetables, but everything in the entire room is galvanized, and you'll see that when we walk through. As this connector comes across, this double door system goes all the way down to where the deli is and the meat. But again, you'll see pallet storage up above, You'll also see all these rooms that have the fire sprinkler system with the coil system. It's a dry system. That's what those galvanized pipes are right across there that you see. But let's enter into this wet room.
Under each rack.
So in the wet room here, you'll see this is all structural galvanized racking. And under every single one of these areas, we have a Zern trench drain with heavy duty rated grates to allow the forklifts to go in and out without breaking or busting anything. You'll see no rust spots. You'll see nothing like that. This whole entire area is completely galvanized with a full drip system. And then you also have your safety rails, again, protecting areas for people coming in and out, as well as the double access protection of the goalposts and bollards. You don't need a ton of lights. They put off a lot of light. You can see for yourself, it's pretty bright in here. Minimal fixtures. So your lighting is also very key in this. One thing you'll notice and observe that all the panels are protected. They've got a pretty high concrete curb on it. It allows the forklift drivers to not smash the walls. We're outside now and we're going to enter in the engine room. The freezer is right there and it ties in, and the glycol system in the header comes all the way back here to the engine room. You will see a lot of corkscrew compressors in there. They're running, it's loud, so I probably won't be talking much, but we're going to walk in and video and show you the areas. We'll show you the jockey pump, we'll show you the glycol header, and just give you an overall view inside this engine room. The engine room and we came up the ladders to get onto the roof. I just wanted you to guys get a feel for what it's like. You also see the roof itself. This is a PTO roof. This has TPO roof. This has many layers of insulation under it. In the freezer area, there's 8 inches of rigid insulation staggered, and then you have these weld caps. Put the roof down. They walk around with welders and they weld right onto the caps to keep it adhered to the roof. And you can see the towers behind me. That's running all the facility here. As well as you can see all their piping, the ammonia piping. It's all wrapped, it's jacketed, it's covered. One of the unique things too they did in this facility is they did a full, complete lightning grounding system throughout this entire facility. All around the whole entire edge. Everywhere. Everything's completely grounded on this building. And behind you, you're going to see a bunch of mini penthouses. Penthouses all tie in with the system right here in the engine room. That's what's controlling and running all the refrigeration, as well as a big